Logic, tautologies, self-contradictions, and I just want to make a note that I know we skipped a few pages. We just haven't the time this semester, so there's just a couple of things that I would prefer to go over, and this is one of them. Most compound statements are true in some cases and false in others, but are there ever times when that's not the case? When a compound statement is always true, it is called a tautology. When a compound statement is always false, it's called a self-contradiction. So example 12, determine if each statement is a tautology, a self-contradiction, or neither. So just following the order of operations, I'll do our grouping symbols first. So let's do our disjunction. Okay, I'll let you pause this and see if you can figure out what that should be. Okay, hopefully you got the same thing I did. And then I'm going to work on this next. Now I'm going to have to do the negation of P first. So I think that'll be false, false, true, true, right? So we are going to do this part right here. So these are the two columns that we're concerned about. And so again, I will pause this and and see if you can come up with the same truth values that I do. Yes, so recall with the conditional, the only one that is going to be false is the true false, okay? All right, so then what we're ready to do is look at our conjunction of our two parentheses and see what we come up with. Okay, so it was looking like we were close to a tautology, but this right here is going to ruin that because it's not always true, okay? So in that case, we are going to say that this is neither a tautology or a self-contradiction. Okay, so let's look at our second example, and we're going to take care of our parentheses first, it looks like. And so we're going to need to find our negation of Q. That's the first thing that we're going to take care of within this parentheses. So false, true, false, true. Okay, so the next thing we'll do is look at, let's go ahead and find this conjunction, the truth value. So we're looking at this column and this column right here. So I will go ahead and pause this. You do the same and see what you can come up with. Okay, so remember in this case, the only one that was going to be true is if we have two truths there. All right, so it looks like the next thing we need to do is take care of this negation of P. So that will be false, false, true, true. So now we're going to look for the conjunction of this parentheses and this negation of P. So again, I'm going to go ahead and pause and you do the same. I'm going to go ahead and figure out the truth values here and then let's see if ours match. Okay, all of the truth values are false in this situation, so this is going to be a self-contradiction. Okay, on to example C. Okay, in example C, the first thing we're going to do is this parentheses, this conditional, and so remember the only one that was going to be false in this case was a true false. Everything else will be true. Okay, next we're going to need the negation of Q. And that will be false, true, false, true. All right, and now we are ready to go ahead and find our disjunction. So if P then Q or not Q. So in that case, the only one that is going to be false is a false false, and I don't see that anywhere. We have a true false, false true, true false, true true. So it looks like everything is going to be true. Well, you knew we had to have an example that's a tautology. And there we go.